Now, the world fell in love with our next guest on the sitcom Dharma and Greg, and now she stars as June on AMC's Fear of the Walking Dead. Please welcome Jenna Elfman.
Hey!
Hi, Jenna.
How are you? Hello, thanks for having me.
show.
Good to see you guys.
Great
Where are
to
you
see
calling
you too.
from?
I'm Austin. We moved to Austin where we filmed the show from Los Angeles because I had been commuting every week prior to that. And then with COVID, that was just not going to be feasible. So we moved.
Yeah.
I love
That's
Such
smart.
good food out there. Oh my gosh.
Such good food. Gordo.
I know. I'm jealous. You guys are pioneers in like flavor. Oh, that's so cool. Well, let's talk about Fear of the Walking Dead because, like you said, it's filmed in Austin, Texas. You and your family moved there, so congratulations. How are you adjusting to living in the South?
Well, it's been amazing. When we arrived, I have two boys, and they were like, everyone's so nice here. Like, they're so friendly. And I had to remind them that shouldn't be such an anomaly, Like, that's actually how people should be. And my youngest son, he just turned 11. He goes, it felt like in LA, I felt like a perv in a van was like going to swing by and pick me up at any time and take me. I was like,
Oh, no.
The honesty of kids. Wow.
oh, wow, I didn't know. I'm glad you're happy now. So we have a cul-de-sac and the neighbors are just so friendly. I mean, the amount of meals brought to our front doorstep to welcome us to the neighborhood, it's incredible. So we're really happy there.
Yes.
That's
I
amazing.
love that kind of
Awesome.
community feel. That's awesome.
There are some good people in Texas, you know what I mean?
That's for sure.
Girl Dads was a very popular hashtag on social media, but you're a boy mom, so what's it like being the only female in the house?
Help! It's
Girl, I know.
it's actually
I
cool.
feel
I
you.
really love being a boy mom because I was like a tomboy growing up. I grew up in a cul-de-sac as well with 4 boys across the street and an older brother. And my older sister is 13 years older, so we didn't really play together a lot because there was such an age gap. So I'm really comfortable doing, boy type things. And so I love it, actually. I mean, I'm sure being a girl mom would be great too, but I have 2 really awesome, kind sons, and I'm really digging it. I dig it a lot.
And very
That's so
honest.
great.
it
I'm a boy
sounds
mom,
like.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Garcelle's a boy mom. She's got 3 boys.
Yeah.
Whew.
Wow.
I mean, you have to have a high tolerance for motion if you're a boy mom because there's so much motion.
Activity.
That's so true.
They're electric. Now, you and your husband, Bodie, have been married for over 25 years, and you guys co-host the podcast Kicking and Screaming together. How did you guys come up with the idea? First of all, congratulations for being married for 20, that's incredible. Do tell us all the secrets and how you guys came up with this podcast.
Well, I know it's like, I feel like in Hollywood to be married this long, it's like 200 years, like in dog
Right.
years. I mean, it's in Hollywood dog years. It is something that is constant work, constant communication, constant. But the podcast, we came up, we didn't want to do a scripted show about marriage because we feel like we only ever see the extreme, like Mad About You or some really depressing streaming show about how horrific marriage is. And we've never
Married
kind of
with
seen
Children.
something that encapsulates all of it, the glory, the humor, the love, the friendship,
Yeah.
the torture, the politics, the fighting. And so, but I kept, being employed on shows and we didn't have a chance to get to it. And so in the meantime, my husband was like, you know what, I Love Lucy started as a radio show. Let's just do a podcast.
I didn't even know that.
It'll build a library of story for us, for writers, when we do a scripted show. And then it kind of just got legs of its own and took off. And it's very R-rated, comedic. It's not something you listen to with kids around. But we just talk turkey and throw ourselves under the bus about our own relationship. And people either find us so crazy that they feel better about their own relationship, or it gives them hope that I was considering divorce on the same subject that you guys are laughing and talking about it. Oh, okay. So different people have different responses to it, but I think relationships are such an electrically charged topic. There's a lot to talk about, and we talk super candidly about our own relationship.
I love
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Jenna, you began your entertainment career as a professional dancer, and a guest judge on season 11 of So You Think You Can Dance. Do you still find time to dance? Are you dancing around the house?
Always. I am always dancing around the house. You know, I mean, I was a professional dancer. Like that, you can't take that out of a day. Once a dancer, always a dancer. And dancers are really their own unique breed of cat, frankly. And I love hanging with dancers. I'm always very comfortable around them. I haven't been in a dance studio lately because of COVID, and I really miss that. I miss going to class. Carrie Ann Inaba and I have a mutual friend, Alex Magno, who's a choreographer, and he would do, and Christina Applegate too, he would do these like master classes for those of us who had been dancers. And that was really fun. We would all just sort of do class together, and I miss that. But I am always dancing around the house, always. I love it.
I was so impressed with what they just showed. I was like, you got the moves.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, thank you.
Modern dance in you. Oh my gosh. Well, now fans of Dharma and Greg have been hoping for a reboot of the show. So tell us, have there been conversations about making this a reality?
You know, there has not been anything official. Of course, fans are asking a lot all the time, especially with all the current reboots that have been coming down the line. You know, a little over a year ago, before COVID, we did have a very casual cast reunion at Susan Sullivan's house, who played Kitty, Greg's mom. And all of us were there. And it was actually, I think, the first time since finishing the show that we all had been in the same room together. And it was awesome. We just kind of picked up where we left off, and there was so much hugging and so much laughter. And that felt really good just to see everybody, because we did really make an impact, I think, you know, on entertainment with that show. And it was in every country. And, you know, I think we premiered to like 18 million people, you know, and regularly had 15 to 17 million viewers. So that it did make an impact in that, you know, in the cultural timeline of entertainment. Yeah. So it felt really good to get back with everyone, but there is not any official reboot. If we were to do it, it would have to feel as organic and awesome as the first one did. You know, I wouldn't want to do it just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, something else that is very organic for you, the AMC's Fear the Walking Dead, and they have some truly diehard fans. So have you had any interesting encounters since you joined the cast?
Oh, yeah. Sweet, lovely ones. You know, there's Thomas O'Mara, who has us tattooed on his arm. And he's like a self-proclaimed like biggest Fear the Walking Dead fan and Walking Dead fan. And he's so awesome. You know, I met him at conventions. He always has these great, hilarious photo op ideas. And we've become friends. And, you know, he texts me like Starbucks gift certificates because he knows I'm like busting my ass, homeschooling my kids and filming. And he's like, every now and then he'll just go, thinking of you today, you probably could use a Starbucks. Here you go. And he's just so sweet.
So sweet.
And then there's this other fan on Instagram. I met her, and then I met her at a convention. I think she probably is my number one fan. Her name is Sharon D. She's Blazy Gardener on Instagram, and she makes edits and humorous and amazing fan art, fan edits, and she's so supportive and enthusiastic about the show. And I think it's awesome, the fandom, because I'm equally as passionate about the stories and the characters. So it's really fun to like talk it through with them when you see them at a convention or, you know, on social media. They do podcasts about it. And I just, my fan interactions have just been so lovely, and they're so kind and enthusiastic. And I think, you know, I've spent so much time, I was raised in LA and living in the entertainment industry where there's so much cynicism. And to be around people who are passionate and curious and interested, I find really refreshing, because that's kind of where I live too. And so it's been a really lovely experience meeting the fans.
That's really great. That's really great. Well, we got a clip of from AMC's Fear of the Walking Dead. Let's check it out.
What's happening?
He's going into shock
From the incision?
from the infection.
Huh?
No. Get the adrenaline, we get his heart beating again, stabilize him, and we finish this. Come on, Malcolm! Come on.
June.
No! June!
Oh, God.
Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm.
Jenna, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us today. Fear of the Walking Dead airs on Sundays at 9, 8 Central on AMC and is available to stream early on AMC Plus